So I know the first couple days on the job is super important to make that great first impression. You know, it's that onboarding process. You don't want somebody coming in and their computer's not set up or anything like that. I've seen some companies that have just phenomenal swag they give, and oh, here everything's laid out, a whole week of lunches with different teams. Talk about your onboarding process and what do you do to make your new person feel this is home, I belong here.
So we used to suck at this, now we're better. So, walk in, pivot dash swag, MacBook, Thunderbolt, like that's laid out for them. We use Evernote and Asana as two different tools in our company. In Evernote, we have a checklist, an onboarding checklist, because so many people are involved, from the @pivotdesk.com email address to Pivotal Tracker to Salesforce to TriNet, all these different systems that you need to be onboarded on. So all those things are already set up. On day one, walking in, they read through things in Evernote about the company that we have, notebooks prepared for this purpose. And then there's a series of meetings, like a one-on-one, and what we do is each person, or someone from each kind of team, talks about what they do day to day. And we've used that actually in offsites and different version of that for a variety of different things. What does the day in the life of our market manager in San Francisco look like? What does a day in the life of someone on the engineering team in Boulder look like? That gives them a real sense of how to communicate with each person and kind of the struggles and challenges and ways that they excel.
Yeah.
How big were you guys when you actually went through that, to actually have that process and that documentation in place?
Like 5.
Mm-hmm. Before that, it was like,
Yeah.
do you have a computer? Because you can't get you on.
Yeah, we had version 1 of our onboarding process where we did a sort of a massive Google Doc of just things for them to read when they showed up, and then that was it. It was awful. We're actually working on this now, but now a couple things that I really like. So first day, employee comes, show up at 11, not 9, 11 a.m. So when people show up right when everyone else is showing up, it's sort of weird. 2, they show up at 11, you say, for the next 2 days, you're not going to do anything. You're not responsible for anything. So, but here's a scavenger hunt for you to do. And on that scavenger hunt, we have a lot of things like shadow a salesperson, on a sales call, log into the HR portal, this. And so it's a list of things for them to do over the course of 2 days. And those things require them to get up out of their chair on their own, figure out what departments where, who's what, ask questions, get in the mix, and figure themselves around. So Zappos does this, but they do it for 4 weeks. And they have, you have to spend a week at a customer service office. Then I saw Bazaar Voice, another cool company. They do the similar thing for a week, and we were like, "Oh shit, we can't spend that much time. These people need to get stuff done." So we were like, "All right, 2 days, get in and among the company for 2 days." And it's great because they have to meet people and figure out what's going on. So that's our new onboarding process. But we only recently started talking about doing that. That Google Doc survived for a long time.
Yeah, Google Doc. That's about what. We certainly have a checklist of things that we need to do from the computers to emails to getting them in HR, et cetera. One of the things I do like to do is hire people generally in the week that we do customer training. So we have customers who fly out to our site to be trained on our software, and I try to piggyback my new hires onto that. Because what better way for them to understand the softwares than to not only get trained with the customers, but then to be able to have time to go out to lunch with the customers and talk to them on how they use the software and what that's all about. And then from there, it's really shadowing the people they're going to work most closely with. So once they're out of the training, then we get them in. If I'm a UI engineer, then I'll have them shadow a UI engineer for a bit to kind of get that feel.